Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Bro Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pots,
AKA two guys, one salmon-colored couch,
aka one Afghan between two men,
AKA two men, no full Chen,
aka two men no yen,
AKA two men, no Sven,
aka two Mensons no Svensons,
AKA two menches, no benches.
Well, there is kind of a... All right, anyway, guys, we are here to give you a little bit of a break in your day, however difficult it may be. This is a lot of work to try and put this thing together for you, and we're happy to do it because we want to, like we said, give you that. Let's say you're walking out at night. Let's say you're just taking a little break. You need to get away from the family, put in the earbuds, take a little stroll around. This is what hopefully we can get you through. Give you a couple of funny things to laugh about. You're not looking at flattening curves. You're not looking at the stock market. You're just being. You're just breathing, but not on other people.
And for us, what we've enjoyed, I feel like, through this experience is to take a moment and try to understand what's important to us. How do we want to be through this pandemic? How do we want to connect with people? And we have loved the response that people have given the videos, and people have sent tweets and connected with us about the show.
Instagram, all the comments are great. Like, we really take them all in and take them all as a way to guide and move this thing forward, from friends of ours who comment on this thing to new people who comment on this thing. It's really important to us, and it is growing, so we appreciate it. Tell other people about it. Let's jump into a story right away.
Let's do it.
Shall we? Now, we can all admit that in this time, trying to supervise your kids 24/7, I have less of a thing to do with it because my kids are 12 and 14. Like, they're just easier to kind of let go.
Well, they want some independence. They want to be doing their own thing. You don't have to be worried about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you need to check in. Hey, did you get these things done?
That's me.
But you're not hanging on them, and
Every
they're not
minute.
pulling you into everything like my kids.
You have a 6-year-old,
Yeah.
and that's a way different story. 6 and
exhausted.
below, you have like so much to do. It's
I'm
like an
exhausted.
insane amount of stuff to do.
Too much.
Way too much. There is no way without the help of school we're gonna or camp or whatever. You can watch them 24/7. We're admitting
Dude, I
that.
can do activities with my kids for 7 hours in a day. 7 hours of activities.
and it's only 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. And then you're like, well, for the next 5 hours, you're watching 4 movies. I don't know what to tell you.
That's it.
Just watch TV for 5 hours. I can't do anything else.
This is a story that will, for all those parents who say just watch 4 movies in the next 6 hours, this is a story that will say, take the worst thing you unwittingly let your kid do. Just take the worst thing.
Yeah.
It is not nearly as bad as this
It's
story
these people.
right here.
Okay, good. All right, fantastic.
While you were getting me time, while you were listening to this podcast during this quarantine, and I can guarantee you did a better job than these people in Weber County, Utah. Of course it's Utah.
Right.
You know this is going to be one of those fall through the cracks kids. And I'm going to say this.
Can't one of my 5 wives deal with this?
Right. So that's the thing. There's so many wives. There's so many kids. There's no real... I'm not saying you can't have 5 wives. You can. I don't know why you'd want 5 wives, but like the idea of I guess that's more people to look at it. But then again, if there's all these kids and stuff, someone's going to fall through the cracks.
Yes.
I also think that, we've said, people ask us, what's that movie that at minute 21, you literally turn to whoever's there, or you type us a tweet or an Instagram saying like, what the hell? That's called Abducted in Plain Sight. And I believe those people were LDS.
I think that happened in Utah.
So that's either Utah or Idaho Falls.
Oh,
So,
right,
I think it's like they were LDS, Latter-day Saints. And by the way, we've met some really nice Mormons.
Yeah,
really
we have
nice
a lot
Mormons.
of friends who are LDS. We do, but
Those people seem to have an idea of what it is. It's the people who are 100%
all in.
blind faith. It's like, yes, it's terrible that Elizabeth Smart got taken. It's terrible. However, I think
If you read Under the Banner of Heaven, you understand that there was a culture
of trust your elders at all times. Like, there was no suspicion there baked into that whole thing.
That's it.
And so that is a problem. Same with Abducted in Plain Sight. There was like a willingness to trust your elders as it is set up in this thing that creates a scenario or situation, or that someone, I'm just saying that kids can fall through the cracks. There may be more
Than in other
That's
places.
right. That's right. Here we go. A 5-year-old boy was pulled over driving his parents' car on the freeway Monday.
That is a sentence that should never be uttered. 5-year-old boy driving.
Those are parents who are not even checking on their kid.
They don't even know where their car is.
Have
5-year-old
you-
boy should just be driving you crazy.
Have you seen Hunter? He's not in his room.
Look out front. Is he in the driveway?
He's not in the driveway.
Hey, you know what else isn't in the driveway?
What?
My car. Hunter.
How the hell does this kid know how to drive a car at 5? Okay, my daughter is turning 15 in a month.
She has no idea how to drive a car.
I am going to have to build this thing from the ground up to teach her how to drive. 5 years old, this kid drove a car down the street and merged on a highway.
God damn.
While everyone was quarantining. By the way, perfect time to drive the car.
It is a good time to be on the highway when no one's on the highway.
I'm going to teach her. I'm going to go to Best Buy. No one's there. I'm going to just drive around the parking lot with Daisy. But Jesus Christ.
Well, they don't really believe in that.
My daughter is smart.
Yes.
And it's going to take her a while to learn how to drive a car. How does this kid know? How does he know how to drive a car at age 5, Jay? That'd be Noah going into your car and just driving your car away.
She's got a year on this kid.
She's got a year?
She's 6.5. She's almost 7.
I mean, I don't know if this kid's in kindergarten. How tall was this kid? Is he 5'5" as a 5-year-old? Kindergarten giant? By the way, kindergarten giant could have been the other name for the Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the kindergarten
giant.
Yeah, kindergarten.
Well, that would have been if he
went back to kindergarten.
Went back to kindergarten.
By the way, where's that movie?
I watched that. Adam Sandler did that.
Oh, yeah.
He went backwards in school. All right.
Can you imagine that? Just
Billy Madison, wasn't that?
Blocking shots all over the place. Mm-hmm. All right. UHP said that a trooper in Weber County initiated a traffic stop on what he thought was an impaired driver. Turns out it was a young man, age 5.
Don't call me young man.
Don't call me young man.
It's a borderline toddler.
How did he get on the highway?
That makes no sense.
He had to merge on an on-ramp. That means he had to get on an on-ramp and then
check his mirrors, bro.
Merge. He was doing more than just driving. Maybe he was drunk too. We don't know. Maybe he was impaired.
Maybe he was weaving.
You don't know. If he's driving a car, he probably has access to alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe he would have driven much better if he was not all boozed up.
He's like, look,
if he didn't make the perfect Manhattan.
I do better when I'm drunk.
UHP said he told troopers, you ready for this? So now the kid not only
did he steal a car,
and not only did he make it from his house onto the highway, he has a story. He's got an excuse.
He's like, let me tell you something.
He said that after an argument with his mom in which she told him she would not buy him a Lamborghini. All right. If you're going to be like that, Mom, I'm out. I'm out. Where the hell do you think you're going, young man? Out. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how far you get.
You're not buying me a Lamborghini. I'm going out. There's no entitlement in that argument.
He decided to take the car and go to California to buy himself one. This is insane. The kid had a plan. Mm-hmm. As a 5-year-old, you got to give him some credit. He had a plan. He followed through with that plan.
I mean, I don't know if credit is what I'm going to get. I'm going to give him medication.
Listen. Speaking of credit, I'm sure his Experian credit score would not have allowed him to buy that car in the first place at a Lambo dealership, but come on. Troopers said he might have been short on the purchase amount as he only had $3 in his wallet. He had a wallet? This kid had a wallet.
My 11-year-old doesn't even have a wallet. Well, he does have a wallet, but he doesn't carry it.
Use it. 3 years old, or 5 years old's got $3 in his wallet.
So that's more than I have in my wallet sometimes. Who is this kid?
You listen, you don't know if this kid can't buy a Lamborghini with $3. Can you imagine he drives to California from Utah, makes it there.
I'm going to put $3 down on this Lambo.
This is what you're going to give me. And the guy's going to be like, we do not sell Lamborghinis. The lowest Lamborghini, I did some research. Currently, the MSRP price is like $239,000. $240,000, $250,000 for the lowest Lamborghini. But like, if you're a salesman sitting across from a 5-year-old, you're going to be like, you are so cute. Of course you can have it for $3.
Puts $3 on the table. He's like, let me talk to my manager.
Don't underestimate
Let me talk to my manager.
Don't underestimate his ability to haggle this kid. Am I right? If he can, look, if he can get to California from Utah.
If he got a cop to call him a young man.
If he has a wallet, he has literally, you give him a
ability
chance.
to haggle.
Highway Utah Patrol's press conference just detailed all this stuff. They had to have a press conference about
Utah Highway Patrol.
Utah Highway Patrol. Trooper said the 5-year-old somehow made his way up onto the freeway in his parents' car. He knew what the hell he was doing. Got on the freeway and pointed the right direction to go to California.
Oh,
officials. Yes, he made it from 17th and Lincoln in Ogden and Lincoln on Ogden down to 25th Street to the off ramp SB I-15. You know what SB stands for?
What?
Southbound.
Wow.
Southbound I-15. Utah, southbound I-15.
On his way to California?
He can make that all the way to the 10 and take it.
The 15 goes all the way through Vegas,
That's right. Goes to the 10 and then
Goes
here we
past
go.
Vegas all the way to the 10.
Southbound, bitches.
I mean, I don't
He
wanna-
was going the right way.
I guarantee you can get a Lambo.
Give him a Lambo for the effort. Am I right?
I guarantee you can get one in Utah. Probably drive out to Park City and there are like 1,000 of them.
Can you imagine the cop who pulled him over? Sir, do you know how old you are? Step out of the car, sir, and recite the alphabet. And the kid's like, I haven't learned that yet. I'll try, but I haven't learned that yet. Do you really want to test me on that? He was the only kid ever pulled over from the cops who had to ride in the backseat of a police car.
Yeah.
In a car seat.
Yeah.
The only guy busted by the cops.
Let me get my booster.
Yeah, he's the only guy.
I bet he was on a booster.
In
How
the
do-
thing?
Yeah, but how do you accelerate?
How do you reach the pedals? How did he reach the pedals? There's so many questions. He had to have been like 5 feet tall. He's got to be like a ginormous 5-year-old.
Or he pushed the seat all the way back.
You mean all the
and
way
just-
forward?
All the way back and just stood at the wheel and pushed his foot down.
How do you
Stood at the wheel.
How do you mend a broken heart? This
Standing
is
at the-
unbelievable.
Standing at the wheel might be this
Standing
kid's
at the wheel.
autobiography.
That's right. Standing at the wheel.
The unauthorized
The
autobiography.
Jeff
of a 5-year-old.
Turkin story. I just cannot believe this is insane. Whew. So whatever you're doing out there as a parent, you're better than this kid's parents, and they should feel terrible that this even happened. How?
That's
How?
the time where both parents were like, I'm taking a nap, and the other one wasn't listening and was like,
Yeah.
I'm also taking a nap.
You're heading out back? No. I said I was taking a nap. So am I. But you're doing yours out back. What? We
And
got to coordinate this.
2
stuff.
hours later, they're like, where's Michael?
Where's Michael and where's the car?
Where is the car? And you know that it was a janky ass car too,
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy's wanting a Lambo.
I
He's
don't know.
driving-
I think it might be a push button because, like, if you don't have to put a key in, you're going to say this kid started with a
no,
key?
no, no. Yeah.
It's a push button. Push to
button
start.
car.
Holy smokes. This is a crazy story. All right, we're going to take a break. And I'm excited to.
People always ask us. They say, what are good recommendations in terms of podcasts?
I have one for you right now. We did this show. It was really fun to do. It's a great interview show. The Cliff Dorfman Show. I want you guys to check that out. Really fun, really cool. Cover stuff of the day. Just great stuff on this show. Again, like I said, we did it. We had a blast. It's another one to add to your arsenal. Check it out. He left a voicemail for us. And when we come back, a little more Sklar Bro country. How about it? Love it.
What's going on, Sklar Brothers? It's Jason, co-host of the Cliff Dorfman Show. I was just checking in because I had a few drinks tonight, and I really just honestly needed someone safe to drunk dial. I have been having this thing since we've been on quarantine where I have just had this dumb urge to reach out to people that I haven't talked to in years. Not 2 years, 3 years, like 10, 15, 20 years. I don't know what it is. And it's not ex-girlfriends or anything. It's just like my random friend from 5th grade. I need to get out of this, man. Anyway, the one thing that I am enjoying that came out of this is we're doing live shows every day for the Cliff Dorfman Show over on the YouTube channel. And we had Jeff Cesario on today, and he was talking about his writing process and his friendship with Gary Shandling. We had David Arquette on the other day, and we talked about backyard wrestling. He showed us this scar where he got stabbed in the neck with the jagged edge of a fluorescent bulb, like legit. It was gnarly. And of course, you guys came on a few weeks ago, and that was the highlight for me. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're doing it up over there. We're drinking it up every day on the Cliff Dorfman Show Live, 3:30 on the Starburns Audio YouTube page. It's easy to find. It's the Cliff Dorfman Show Live, Starburns Audio YouTube page, 3:30 every weekday. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.
You gotta let the jello say. That's what he said. You gotta let the jello say.
Okay, guys, Randy and Jay here want to talk to you about something that is affecting everybody right now, and it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so it is an important subject that we want to focus on, your mental health.
That's right. We all carry around anxiety with us all the time, and now it feels like it's been compounded, obviously, by this very intense time that we're living through in the world. We are socially distanced. We do not have outlets. All the outlets we normally have, we are stuck in houses. We are stuck alone or stuck in tight quarters with people. We need an outlet. We need a valve, a release valve.
You understand your wife is a
My
therapist.
wife is a therapist, and her practice has grown in this time because people are reaching out to her, and I understand why. The importance,
The need to be able to talk to someone, anyone who is not in your house circle, but
Correct.
outside of it. But to be able to do it from your house is even better. That's why we're going to tell you about our sponsor, Talkspace. I love these guys.
I'm so grateful that they're sponsoring this
They're
show.
an online therapy service that is more committed than ever to expanding access to support for anyone who's struggling. With Talkspace, you get the support of a licensed therapist from the safety of your home, and you can reach out from your device whenever something is on your mind. You can send your therapist text, audio, picture, video messages from your phone or computer 24/7 as much as you'd like to, as much as you need to. Everything happens with Talkspace's secure platform, all on your schedule. What they do is they match you with a licensed therapist based on your needs and preferences. They have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including the most important right now, anxiety, depression, relationship issues. Once you're matched, you can begin therapy that very same day. So it's really special. That
Immediate
you can start
help.
right away. Really important. Again, this crisis has reminded us that we're all vulnerable, and it's okay to reach out and ask for support. Mental awareness, Health Awareness Month. It's an important time and a good time to get started with our good friends at Talkspace.
Plus, our listeners.
Well, the bottom line is you deserve support and don't need to struggle on your own. Like we said, Talkspace therapists can be your dedicated support system to help you feel healthier and better and more empowered in these uncertain circumstances. Like you said, Jay, as a listener of our podcast, you can get $100 off your first month of Talkspace.
That's a great way to sort of jump in
and not feel like it's such a burden at this point.
Absolutely.
Your Talkspace therapist, like we said, you to find him and get matched with or her, find and get matched with that perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure you use the code SKLAR, SKLAR, to get $100 off your first month and show them your support for our show. That is SKLAR at Talkspace.com. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We're so happy that you have joined us. Check out our YouTube page. We are over 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Hopefully we're nearing the point where we've got about 4,000 hours of people watching this stuff. We just found a treasure trove of old bits, so Jay found a bunch of DVDs where we had videotapes converted.
Can I tell you what I did the other day? Did I talk about this on this?
I can't remember, maybe.
So I went back and watched our stand-up from the second time we ever did stand-up to the first time we were recorded doing stand-up in New York to when we started performing in the Lower East Side and we started getting a little more alty to that, to when we went back to Caroline's and basically just did sketches on stage, to a few times later when we came back, like a couple decades later when we came back and did stand-up, or 15 years later when we came back and did stand-up.
I know. I went back and looked at a bunch of things too.
It was so...
to see that progression was really interesting.
I felt really proud of how hard we worked, how far we came, and how bad we were when we started.
It's insane.
So good.
We found all this stuff. We're going to digitize it and put it up on the YouTube page. So go to YouTube, type in Sklar Bro Country, subscribe to that page, and you'll get a chance to just dig around and see a bunch of stuff. If you're just like, I want to kill some time right now and I just don't want to think about anything, you've already listened to this podcast, you can watch the videos of this podcast, or you could just go through and watch old episodes of Cheap Seats. And we found this old series we did called Held Up with Nick Kroll, Tig Notaro, Steve Agee, Jessica Chaffin, Eddie Pepitone,
Caitlin Olsen, John Doerr,
Caitlin Olsen,
Sam Levine,
Harmar Superstar. It's so much fun. It's about a bank robbery. We wrote it.
We're in it.
It's so, you got to check it out. It'll be up on there soon. We were going to put the trailer up this Thursday. So you're going to check that out, and let's jump into another story.
Let's do it.
If you are an elected official, I'm just speaking to all the elected officials who listen to this podcast.
And there are thousands.
You should probably resist the temptation to Facebook post when you are emotional.
Yeah. Look, what we have now is more of a delivery system for you to get your
stupid
ideas out to a mass public.
And have them be used against you in the court of public opinion.
Right.
So don't. Like,
the president can do it because his people don't care.
Right.
But
as much as you want to do it, do not do it. Well, but the president does it and makes it okay, quote unquote, okay.
Yeah, he almost normalizes a irrational, dumb tweet, Facebook post.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And so, but other people are going to be held to a different standard. You need, in my opinion, a trusted inner circle of people who will be critical of your thoughts.
Or who will say, like you have to, it should be like in draft mode.
Right.
You need like a friend curated draft mode of all of your social media.
Exactly. Well, that wasn't the case for an elected official in Antioch, a small town in Northern California. And again, you'd think Northern California guys should know better. A Northern California city official has been ousted after he suggested on social media that sick, old, and homeless people should be left to meet their, quote, natural course in nature during the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah, you could say that to your wife, I guess.
I don't know if you can even say that to your wife.
But
I think you should be embarrassed to utter those words out loud.
You can't say that as an elected official on your constituents. And by saying that...
You can't even say it to your constituents.
To your constituents, by saying that, you've made our list. Go. You're gone.
We don't need you.
We don't need you anymore.
Look, a bunch of people are going to die from this thing.
You should be one of them. City council members in Antioch. And by the way, we can say it because
we're not elected officials.
No.
And we're actually saying something good.
City council members in Antioch City of about 110,000 people, 35 miles east of Oakland, voted unanimously Friday. At least they voted unanimously to remove this asshole, Ken Turnage II. So bringing shame
to the Ken Turnage name
or pride to his father's name from his post as chairman of the, guess what, Jay? City Planning Commission. What do they do?
What do they do? I guess they just make horrible statements.
That's right.
All city planners do is embarrass their board of education or their board of directors.
Commissioners.
They
exactly.
are commissioners. I don't know what they do.
Maybe you should have planned on not saying this.
Yeah.
In a city sort of a way.
Yeah. Maybe plan on losing your next job because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
How about that?
Because you said the
plan that
old and the weak and the homeless should just die. Now, we can say to you, Turnage II, that we hope you drink Clorox. We can say it, like we said,
because we're not elected officials.
Just do it.
And we can say it because we're comedians. You are not a comedian.
Mm-mm.
We're doing it for comedic effect also because we want you to do it.
Our job isn't to plan out how cities are so that everyone can be helped. Our job is to point out when people like you are assholes.
So we're just trying to be funny, and also we want you to drink Clorox.
And die. NBC Bay Area reports that there was a swift uproar.
Yeah, there should be a swift uproar, and it's happening near San Francisco, a very progressive-minded city. A city that is dealing with tons of homeless. Why? Because it's so expensive.
Right. After Turnage characterized people with weak immune systems as a drain on society. I'm glad there was an uproar. That makes me feel a little better about society, just a little bit.
Hey, you know who wasn't a drain on society? Who was Stephen Hawking?
Yeah.
He wasn't a drain on society.
So here's the deal. You live in the wrong part of the country to be having these opinions. If you want to have these opinions, go move to Oklahoma, where they're threatening workers who are wearing face masks because they don't, threatening them so much so that they had to remove their face masks. Where the wrong side of the argument won.
Yeah.
They threatened, so the business said, you can't wear a mask anymore if you work here.
Right.
So the wrong side of that argument won. Go move there. That's where you need to be.
You're in the wrong place.
But again, before you pack your things up and put them in the U-Haul, drink some Clorox. That's all we're saying.
Yes.
Go live there. A whole bottle of it.
I guess it makes me feel better about society that there was a swift uproar against this guy.
It was.
At least in this part of society.
He wrote on Facebook, the world has been introduced to a new phase of herd immunity, which is a good one. Is it a good one? It's not working for Sweden, is it? We'll get into another story about Sweden later this week, but it's not working for Sweden. Sweden tried to do the herd immunity next to Denmark, who did the shelter in place. Denmark, hardly anybody got the cases. Sweden, lots of people.
Yep.
Herd mentality. A herd gathers its ranks, allows the sick, old, and injured to meet its natural course in nature. Shut up.
You're not a scientist.
That's not how evolved people operate. This isn't the monkeys in 2001 Space Odyssey.
No, we're
you
regular
are
people.
evolved. Like, we're supposed to take care of the people, those people.
Look, and yes, people will die. But the effort should be there to try and take care of everyone.
That is how evolution works and how we evolve as human beings.
That's how we care for it.
Hey, you know what the herd's going to do? They're actually going to speak up and strip you of your city planning powers.
Boom,
that's what it's going
bitch.
to be.
How you like that?
As for homeless people, he added that the virus would fix what is a significant burden on our society and resources that can be used. Or we can take all the money that's paid to you and
donate it to the homeless.
There you go.
Let's do that.
While you stand by and watch. Let's take your bank account and donate that to the homeless.
That'd be fun.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be fun.
Turnage later deleted the post, but refused to resign or back down from his comments. That's where he's an asshole.
So you're such a wimp and a wuss that you would take that post down, but now you're not going to resign or back down from your comments. Own it. Why can't you own it? Keep the post up. What are you ashamed of?
Okay, you want to find out how much of an asshole this guy is? During the 2-hour council meeting held on Zoom, Turnage said his personal opinion had no bearing on his duties as planning commissioner and that removing him would violate his freedom of speech. No. Anyone who holds those opinions may be operating from or part of those, having those opinions be the basis by which you plan.
Yes. If you're in city planning and you're talking about a way to plan to eliminate people from your city,
you cannot be the city planner anymore.
Your opinion has now dovetailed with your work and you got it wrong.
Again, no one is stopping you from saying what you're saying. You have the freedom to say it, and they have the freedom to fire you as a result.
That's right.
That's just what it is.
That's right, man.
That can be taken away. It is, your job isn't a right. It's a privilege.
It's been so long since I've worked in an office, just as a
I can't even
worker in an
imagine what it
office.
is now.
But like I could stand up in an office and be like, I think everyone who's a woman should have to pee outside. And then my boss would walk out and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then I keep spouting off, I think
I'm not
anyone
backing down
over
from these
50 should be taken out back and shot. Well, if I start saying those things out loud at work in a public way,
you will get fired.
You're gone. And I can't argue it because you know what? They're saying this is our workplace.
And you
We
can't
don't
do
want
it.
that attitude here.
Especially if you're an elected person. I saw a picture of Turnage.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like if you punch Brett Kavanaugh in the face over and over and really made him mad.
So red-faced.
Red face. So like he looks like a drunk rapist who was just kicked in the nuts for trying to rape someone.
Well, he may be that person.
But city officials
Good. I'm glad.
countered that his posting caused a loss in confidence and created a disruption to the city. There
Great
you
call.
go.
That's 100% true.
Mayor Steve Wright.
Is that Stephen Wright?
Stephen Wright.
If it's comedian Stephen Wright, I will be thrilled.
Said politicians are held to a higher standard by representing other people, the city and all. Turnage thought that when you get elected, all you get is the power to do and say whatever you want. And I wonder where he learned that from.
Mm-hmm.
After the council stripped him of his post, Turnage said that if residents lost confidence in him, that's their opinion and I can't help that. But you could have helped it by not having that
your
opinion.
or not voicing that opinion in a public way.
And by the way, if people don't have confidence in you, then you shouldn't be in your position. That's how it goes.
This is a problem now. This is dude. This is a problem.
Okay. Are you ready for you're like, I hate this guy so much. What else?
There's no way you can tell me something else that could make me hate him
There's no
more.
way I can hate him anymore.
Get ready.
It's not like it used to be he lamented. I love that he's feeling like he's got the ability to lament about things now. When you could have an opinion, talk about it, and then sit down and have a beer together and talk about football.
What?
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Football.
I love football. I love having a beer with people. I don't share this opinion. Don't loop everyone who likes football and likes having a beer into your bullshit.
And you know what? You can have this opinion and bounce it off a couple people who you're having a beer and watching football with. Don't put it on your Facebook page where tons of people can see it.
It was like he was like just making sure if you didn't fully understand why you hated him,
Yeah.
he was going to get one last lament
Let me
in
just
there.
give you one last reason to hate me even more.
Yeah, and that's how I'm going to...
Yeah.
Just in case you wanted to make sure that I couldn't spin this in any way other than the fact that I'm an asshole and deserve to be removed from the city planning commission.
Let me
Give you
throw a
one
little
last
Make
thing
America
about
great there again.
Football
and talking
drink
football.
a beer, football.
Like
Don't bring football into this, you asshole.
Don't take football down. I like football.
I bet you this guy couldn't throw a tight spiral for his life.
No. This is a guy who likes to complain about football.
That's right. All right, there you go.
Not a fan.
That's a show. That's how we do it, you guys. We try and bring you a little bit of fun, rip on someone there. Didn't it feel good to get that
Felt
out?
good. That
felt
felt
great.
cathartic.
All right, go punch a water faucet. Go wash your hands. Stay social.
Keep an eye on your kids and your cars.
Stay socially protected.
Stay off of Facebook if you have a wild opinion.
Stay.
Try it out on your friends.
That's right. Stay distanced, but stay connected in many ways. And we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.